Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the official Nerd Talk channel. My name is Tyler, aka My Nerd Nerd, joined by my co-host AJ Reacts to. We are back for another Sunday edition of Nerd Talk. We are on episode 153, and we are back live doing a watch along for Final Destination numero dos in preparation for Final Destination numero 6, otherwise known as Final Destination Bloodlines, releasing this weekend in theaters, which I felt like I would never be saying because it feels like they've been working on a sixth Final Destination for an eternity. I feel like, but funnily enough, I did a review series on my channel because I thought it was a year out in 2020. That clearly not.
Nah,
But here we are. What's going on, bro?
not a whole lot. I'm glad to be here on Nerd Talk once again. I love doing these on Sundays, man. Like, let's keep it going. We have some planned in the future, so like
Yeah,
hopefully we
I
can
like the
keep those.
little I like the little layout we got. We got in the
Yeah.
middle of the week to ease us from all the midweek troubles, and then
Mhm.
we got one at the beginning of the week to start the week, the new
Yeah.
week. I like that. Before we get into our watch along, we have one trailer to talk about, and that is the season 2 trailer for Peacemaker, the second season of James Gunn's television show, which is odd because the first season was in another universe, but here we are. Um, so Peacemaker, man, that show feels like it came out an eternity ago because that was what 2022,
That's what I was thinking. 2022, I think, is when it came out.
and I think
I
we
checked.
we we may have talked about it on Nerd Talk, maybe not. I know it did something with John
John,
on
yeah.
his channel,
Hmm.
but we talked about it briefly. I watch the show every week, and I actually really enjoyed it. I don't remember a whole lot from it other than how goofy and over the top it was. I need to go back and watch that show
2020,
because
early 2022.
yeah. I just remember it kind of, I don't want to say blown away, but just kind of taken aback at how over the top and silly it was. And it's weird considering that came out after, Deadpool and stuff like that, but it was very over the top, but I enjoyed it a lot. And this to me feels like one of the projects that's kind of gotten lost in the shuffle. I feel like we've been, Supergirl, Superman, what are we doing about this character? The Clayface movie that's coming out, all this stuff. And Peacemaker's just been like, yeah, we're still here.
It's because Peacemaker survived a whole reboot of a universe, so
Yeah.
it's like kind of strangling there,
Yeah.
straggling, not
But
strangling, straggling.
we and a lot of people, us included, were wondering what is going to happen with this show because obviously this show, the first season, it was in the DCEU, and it heavily referenced things from the DCEU, including the Suicide Squad at the finale of the show, even if the actors weren't, well, Jason Momoa was in the finale. I remember that. But like they showed
I
the
mean,
Justice
all of
League.
the silhouettes of the Justice League
No,
and
but Jason Momoa was there though.
was actually like as Jason
Mm-hmm.
in as
Yeah.
Aquaman. Oh, okay,
Yeah, I remember him being there. Because he makes a joke. He's like, "Oh, go fuck some fish or some shit," and he's like, "I'm
I
so
do.
fucking tired of this."
Yeah, I do remember that now.
But um, yeah, this I was wondering, what was gonna happen because it's so weird. And, it still feels like that. It's so weird bridging two seasons of TV, and they both come from different universes. It's so weird, but
It's probably the first time it's ever been done.
yeah, I can't think of. But here we are, season 2, man. So as I stated before, I really enjoyed the first season. I thought it did a lot right. I enjoyed pretty much all the characters, especially our main group of heroes. I like them a lot. So season 2, man, I think it looks cool. Um, I like John Cena in this role a lot. I like when he's more down to earth and he's not so over the top in the role. I think the down to earth parts of this first season were the best parts of it. I like Vigilante a lot. I'm glad to see him back. I thought he was a lot of fun. Um, I don't know his wife's character's name, James Gunn's wife's character's name, but I liked her a lot too. And I'm glad she's coming back. It looks like she has like this her own arc this season, which I don't know how I feel about that. Um,
Hardcore. So,
hardcore, yeah. Um, my main concern is it doesn't look as fun. It looks like a lot more toned down, which that may be a good thing considering James Gunn doesn't know when to stop with a damn joke. But the thing, like the reason I'm making a point of that is because the first season it established itself as being over the top and goofy as hell. And now you're pitching a season 2 of which it's not going to be that. From the trailers anyway. And I'm kind of like I don't know how I feel about that cuz that's what I enjoyed about the first season, minus a couple spots of it being ridiculously over the top, but I'm not saying it looks bad. It like I said, it looks cool. The action looks great. You know, the characters look like they still have a great chemistry with one another. We're getting Frank Grillo, Rick Flag Senior.
Black Senior. Yes, sir.
His character is coming over from Creature Commando, so this is gonna be the first example of the animation actors coming into live action. I think he looks great. And I always
He
love
looks like
Frank
Frank
Grillo.
Grillo.
Yeah, I love Frank Grillo. You know. Um, who else is new? Oh yeah, we see Isabella Merced and God, what is his name? Green Lantern. What is his name?
Yeah. Castle.
Nathan Fillion.
Fillion. Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. We see them, which I don't know why I didn't think that they would show up. Like they showed up, and I swear my head exploded. I was like, oh. I was like, well, okay. And it seems like they're interviewing him for the JLA, which I was
Hmm.
like, why do you want him on your team?
Yeah, honestly,
Why?
yeah, I definitely did. It did not click that. I was like, Isabella Marcet is in this. Isn't she's in a lot of stuff? And I was like, oh, she is playing Hawk Girl. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was
And Sean Gunn is our new Maxwell Lord. I I don't know about that one. That's the one where I'm like, listen, you could have like Sean Gunn is already Weasel, which I'm fine with. He does great there, but this another role. I get it. You're the brother of the president, but
he wa-
Jesus Christ,
he
two
wants
roles?
he wants some speaking lines.
Yeah, right. Um, seeing that they're probably not bringing him back with Guardians and all that stuff. I don't know, but it looks cool. I don't know how much people are going to care, considering this came out at the near death of the DCEU, and I don't remember a lot of people talking about it. And even after the trailer came out, I didn't see much chatter about it. Um, I I don't see this, going away. I see this as like this is to me is James Gunn's baby, like, and so I feel like he's gonna try to preserve it no matter what. Like this is gonna be the project that gets like 3, 4, 5 seasons, probably. If he wants to. If he
Yeah,
wants to. Because it's like, yeah, he made this and people liked it. And so who's gonna tell him no?
yeah.
But that's just my 2 cents. What did you think of the trailer?
Well, first of all, my relationship with Peacemaker is a little. It's I wouldn't say it's a love hate relationship, but it's like it's sometimes unsteady. A little bit on the fence about this character sometimes. I really liked him in the Suicide Squad when they announced the show, like the first season of the show, like it's gonna be its own spin-off show on HBO Max, and I was like, I don't know about that. Like, do I think that he could carry a full show, like a full series? Like, and like we got the show, season one, and I actually did not hate it. I liked it quite a bit. I still had my issues with it. It's been a while since I've watched it, so there are, things that I'm not quite remembering everything about. But what did stand out to me was John Cena really did like hit those emotional beats in the show, and I was very shocked and impressed by that. So um I I really enjoy John Cena in the role overall, but the character of Peacemaker, like you said, he's very over the top. He's very uh strange, if that's the word. He's got a best friend that's an eagle, so I don't know.
Hey, no shade
It's
to Eagly.
Eagly, bro.
Eagly is the man.
Eagly is the goat, though, honestly. But the, this character is very strange. James Gunn does this thing, like you mentioned earlier, where he'll take a joke um, in a scene and like carry it on for like 2-3 minutes,
I
and
vividly
just like
remember
pile
one.
onto it and pile onto it and pile onto it,
There's
and
one
it
with a
just gets
rubber
very
duck.
annoying. Uh,
It's really bad.
It gets really annoying at a point, and I'm hoping that Superman is not like that. That we don't have that in Superman, because that is it's really annoying to me. But anyway, Peacemaker season one, I enjoyed it overall. There were some things that I was just like, it's a little messy. We have multiple villains and things like that. It's just kind of, and like some references were like, okay, why Batmite, and it was just like
Batman.
a little, it's weird especially for a DC project, but I guess that's part of its charm, whatever. So it's been some years since we got season one. Season two trailer came out. I watched it, I checked it out, and overall I liked it. The connective tissue to the new DCU is interesting because it is like a carryover from the DCEU. So it's like it raises questions like what actually is canon in this DCU. you know so I had those questions come up in my mind. um there's other questions that, like, what is happening in this season, especially at the end of
Yeah,
the trailer. And I've
I
seen some speculation online and stuff. Some people say is Clayface as Peacemaker. I don't know. That's just what people are speculating. Who knows? It could be a clone. It could be AI. Like, who knows what that is? Um, but yeah, like overall, the action looked cool. Like, it looked like they are hitting on some emotional beats. Um, and yeah, like you said, the chemistry looks very good between the characters and actors, just like season one did. So um, I'm looking forward to it. Am I like extremely pumped and like hyped for it? No, but it, like, since it is a show, I can kind of like you know look forward to it. But I don't know. I don't know how much this is going to affect the DCU overall. And that's another question that I had. Like, we have Rick Flag Sr. from Creature Commandos. Is this going to be like very significant to the DCU?
well, he's
Um,
gonna be in Superman too.
yeah, exactly. So, like, is this show going to be significant to the DCU, or is it just kind of like, okay, we have this connective tissue, but it's also just like its own thing? I don't know. Um, we'll see. I don't know how many people are gonna actually watch this. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the Marvel TV shows where there's a lot of people that do not watch those shows that do watch the movies. Do you have to watch Peacemaker season two to understand what's going on?
I firmly believe so.
I I don't know if that's a good decision, like, because nobody really watched Creature Commandos, and that's animated, but it's still part of the
Yeah.
DCU. And if it's very important, I don't know how well that will go over with fans, or people that are just casual DC watchers. Um,
Yeah.
but we'll see how it goes. It looks promising. I don't know. Did we get how many episodes there'll be?
It's probably 6 or 8.
I know it's dropping in August, so it's
Yes.
gonna be
It
after
says
Superman.
8. Says 8.
So, and also, I wonder if the things with Rick Flag Senior in Superman is going to carry over into Peacemaker, since it is coming out after
See, I feel
Superman.
like that, yeah, and then we can move on to the watch along. I feel like
Hmm.
that is the one thing I do like about the shows. If Superman either affects this, or however it will
Hmm.
go, if all these are project if all these projects affect one another in some way, I feel like that's the way it's distincting itself from the MCU, because it feels like most of the shows do not have anything to do with the movies outside of like the Marvels and Multiverse of Madness and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So that would be the one thing that would distinct itself, is that you would have to watch the shows to watch the movies and be clued in on everything. And I kind of like that. It's not to where, yeah, you put out a whole Moon Knight show and it's as of now fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, and they came out and said there's going to be no season two. Who knows when we'll see Moon Knight again? So it's like,
Same thing with She Hulk at the moment.
yeah, it's like, why do I care about this? If it's not connected, you've built your whole universe on connective tissue, and now you're not wanting to connect the tissue. Why do I care? Why am I sitting here week to week watching these shows? If it's not, if it doesn't have anything to do with what's going on in your projects.
Listen, all we could hope is after Vision Quest, we get no more shows ever again, because I'm done.
They did confirm. Well, they said that after Vision Quest, they're not going to make any more shows that are that have the main characters from the MCU in it. I don't know how true that is. I don't know, if that's just a rumor, but I kind of like that.
I mean, I do
Um,
too,
I,
but
I
the
think
thing
they definitely need to start
they
focusing on the movies, and that, because that's what people primarily watch. And
yeah.
after Thunderbolts, I think people have restored their faith, for the most part, in Marvel and MCU. So let's go there. Let's get people caring again.
Yeah, I
But
wish DC had that mindset. Anyway,
well, I mean, we
if you
don't
guys
know. We don't
have,
know. Superman is coming out. Supergirl is coming out next year. We'll see.
I care more about that than I do Superman. Anyway, if you guys have seen the trailer for Peacemaker season 2, let us know down below. Have you watched the first season? If you enjoyed it, let us know down below. Moving on to our watch along for today, it is a watch along for Final Destination 2. If you do not know how our watch alongs work, you grab your physical copy of the movie. It is probably streaming on Max. I'm going to assume so. I don't know, because
I think it is.
these movies are all over the place when it comes to streaming. But you get your copy, you get to timestamp 00, and we will count in from 3 to numero 1, and we will start. Are you ready, sir?
Actually, no. My bad.
Oh, brother. Brother, did that 5 pack come with digitals?
No, it did not. And
Uh oh.
I'm having technical difficulties. It is streaming on Max. Yes, it is. So that might be how I have to watch it, since my PS4 wants to give me problems. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it on Max.
Let me do that. Let me look over here for a second. See something.
It says I gotta sign into the PlayStation Network. Since I have to update my. No, this set did not come with digitals. I don't know if I said that.
You did. I gotta find out how to access this. I guess there's like alternate endings to Final Destination 3 on the Blu-ray, but I don't know how to
Hmm.
access them like at all.
It's not like under extras or nothing.
It says two ways to watch the film: original theatrical or choose their fate version. You're in control of the movie, change the course of the film and the characters' fates.
Is there not two discs?
No, there's
Mm,
only one.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just. I'll just cast it for Max because I gotta do all kinds of updates to my PS4, and we don't have time for that.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, that's slowing us down. My bad. Uh, yeah, so all the Final Destination movies are on Max, if anybody's wondering. And okay, let's get it going. All right, you ready?
Yes.
All right, three, two, one, play.
So, do you remember the first time you watched Final Destination 2?
Um, I do. I was going through the series, and not a real interesting story. It's just I was like, "Hey, let me watch the Final Destination movies." I haven't seen. Well, I seen like the opening scene to four when I was a kid, when I was younger, and it scared the crap out of me. They had it
Funnily
on
enough,
in
I did too,
they
and
had
it didn't scare me.
really, yeah, they had it on playing in the barbershop, and I was like, "Yo, this is kind of terrifying." Somebody's head got obliterated by a tire. But like once I like kind of got older,
Like,
I
oh, that looks horrible. Okay.
when I yeah when when I kind of got older, I started watching horror movies more and stuff. So I was like, let me go through this series, watch one through five, and that was when I first watched the second one. I had heard about the incident scene, the highway scene in this movie, but I had not seen it with my own eyes until that point. Um, insane and honestly iconic. It kind of like is an iconic sequence in the horror genre.
Oh,
Like if you're a horror fan, you know that scene like kind of backwards and forwards, you
yeah.
know. So,
Um, I think I saw this movie for the first time either 2018 or 2019. I
mhm.
had seen the first one. The first one was one of the first horror movies that I watched,
Oh
and
wow.
I didn't I didn't really like it. I watched it again today. I've seen it numerous times since then. The first movie is very okay. A lot of people love that movie. I've never been one of them. That from an enjoyment level, the first one is my least favorite. Yes, I enjoy four more than that movie. But
I get it. I think you're paused or I'm paused or
no, we back.
yeah, I think so. I think we're back.
Yeah, my internet's bugging a little bit.
Oh,
Um,
hopefully it was me.
yeah. So I didn't watch the sequels for a little while,
Hmm.
and then I finally watched. Oh no, I think I saw three. I saw three at some point before I watched two, four, and five. So I watched two, and I really enjoyed it, and it's still my favorite one. This is, I've really enjoyed this movie. It's so good. I think it does everything the first one didn't do for me, and then some.
I get that. I think the first movie they were trying to find their footing with the franchise, and they struggled to keep it interesting throughout the entire movie. And this movie, it's very quickly paced. We get right to it, and like things start happening. Like as soon as the incident is over, things are happening, and it keeps you intrigued. Also, there is that connective tissue between the first and second one with some of the characters. So, well, one character
Well,
is Tony Todd in this
yeah.
movie too? Yeah. So just a couple of the characters. But I
I
was
always
okay.
I
Go ahead.
find it weird how it took them 3 years to do a sequel to Final Destination, because like enough people liked it. I'm sure it made money.
Hmm.
It seems like something that they should have made seven of them. The fact that we're just getting the sixth one is wild to me.
I think the hype started to die down a little bit in the 2000s,
Well,
like
didn't help that
late
the fourth one
2000s.
was absolute ass.
Yeah. And then five. I don't know how well five was received when it came out. Now, like, it's kind of like one of those cult classics where, there are people that enjoy it. I don't love five, but
Neither do I.
there's those cult followings that are like, enjoy it. So
Shouldn't we help your mom? You're hilarious.
I was doing like a challenge one time, and they told me to get a uh anthology series, and I didn't have any anthology series in my collection. Like they were, I was showing off my collection, and they were like, get an anthology series, and I was like, is Final Destination an anthology? I
It
don't know.
almost is.
It kind of like it's like right there on the line
Because
of
the first two are
anthology.
connected.
The first two are connected, but not like by a whole lot. Like it's like a little bit connected tissue, and then I think of like something like American Horror Story, which is definitely an anthology, but it has some connective tissue throughout the seasons. They reference some things that happened in other seasons.
Oh, the boobies.
So like, yeah, when I showed it off, they were like, "No, that's not an anthology. No, you can't do that." I'm like, I didn't have Trick or Treat in my collection at the time, so and yeah, they say horror anthology. They're like, yeah, Final Destination, not an anthology. It kind of is.
Dang.
Yeah, they get right to it. I just watched this movie too.
Y'all gonna be fine, all right.
Watched this in March.
This scene always stands out to me in the franchise because for some reason they decided to be in their bag when they shot it. It's got all
This is
these angles and
it's
stuff.
probably the best shot scene in the entire franchise.
It is.
And it's practical. That's another thing. I'm thinking about 4 and even 5. Like there's so many things that are like digital and digitized, and it's like
Five looked pretty good though.
it looked
The
better than 4.
premonition.
I'll tell you
Yes.
that. um,
I,
5
there's
wasn't
parts in
horrible.
five that look there's kills in five later in the movie that look way worse than that intro. Like to me, the part that stands out in five that I don't like is the gymnastics kill. I hate that kill.
Because it doesn't look practical at all
When
to
she
me.
lands, it looks horrible to me.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
I love the setup of the scene,
Me too.
but I hate when she actually dies. That's
It's the
terrible.
best setup of the movie, of a kill in the movie.
No, I like the laser eye one.
But the setup, though, I'm saying like the
Yeah,
setup for that
I'm talking about the
gymnastics.
setup. I like the laser eye setup. It's okay.
I mean, I like it too. I'm not saying that the other ones are bad. I'm just saying like the setup for the
10 and
gymnastics
2,
scene
10 and 2.
was like made you think that something insane was about to happen, and it
Yeah.
did, but it didn't look good. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh.
Yo, brother, you don't notice that? Ah.
Might be a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, bro, like just oh, poof, oh, oh. Oh, Rip Bozo. Oh, the zoo gets demolished. You see the body dummy on the floor?
Hmm.
Oh. You know what's always crazy? My mom used to say all the time, every time we drove, oh, don't leave a water bottle under the seat, blah, 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 blah. And it always used to irritate me as a kid because I found it so annoying. I watched this movie, brother.
I
Oh,
bet you didn't leave no water bottles under the seat no more.
like a pop shattering in my head when I seen that. I said, "Oh my god!"
She was right.
Oh, this opening scene is like a Michael Bay fever dream, bro.
Right. You think you're all right. You're gonna walk away. Mm.
You know what I was thinking about today when I was watching the first Final Destination? I was like, what's the scariest type of premonition? Because I thought about the five we got and then the little that we've seen of bloodlines. I was like, I feel like the scariest premonitions are the ones that you can absolutely not run away from. So
Hmm.
I feel like, and this is gonna sound weird, this is the least scariest premonition because you could drive away from this in one way or another.
Could you?
Yeah.
How?
If you were far away enough, you could drive away from it.
But what if you're like right in the middle of it?
I said if you were. But this is okay, this is what I'm trying to get at, right? In the first one, You're on a plane. You can't go anywhere.
No, you can't go anywhere.
You're
No,
cooked.
there's no. Yeah, there's no.
Figuratively and literally, you're cooked. The third movie, you're on a roller coaster. Unless you jump off, you can't go anywhere.
No.
The fourth movie, they're at a race car event. You can run away from it. And I feel
Okay.
like that one is not as crazy as two. I feel like that is actually the least craziest one. I feel like you could hide under some seats or something and you'd be fine.
Hmm.
And then
And five
five, you're on a
is the bridge.
highway.
Yeah.
You can run away depending
But
on
you're on a
how close
bridge though.
depending on how close or far away you are. Again, depending on if.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is one and three are like the scariest ones because you're forced to sit there and endure it. Like you have whatever little chance you have in two, four, or five, you don't have that in one and three.
Yeah, I get that. I get what you're
And
saying.
it looks like in Bloodlines, it's kind of that same thing that they can't get out of wherever they're at and they're screwed.
The thing about Bloodlines, I don't know exactly the setup, but from what I can see, they're at an event
Uh-huh.
where they're like really high up and it's glass floors. And I'm like, why would you go up there? Like that's just me. Like, and I don't trust a lot of different heights. It's not like I'm scared of heights, but like I
Mm-hmm.
don't love being high up. So that whole thing, if I like was on the ground and I looked up at that, I would be like, nah, we're doing something else. Like, ain't no way, bro. So like it kind of takes me out of it a little bit. It kind of makes me not feel as bad for them because of where they're at. But that's just me. Like you chose to go there. Like
Yeah.
it's not like somebody kidnapped you and brought you up there.
I mean, the people in the first movie chose to get on a plane.
Okay, that's a lot. That's people do that every day. Like that's like an everyday thing. You know, it's like people choose to go on a freeway. You know, and it's a normal thing. But choosing to go that high up with glass floors, nah, I'm
Yeah.
good.
I like the added touch of this opening. Like one of the characters is like, "Oh, thank God we weren't over there," and then like the truck like plows through them or something. Oh yeah, it's the friends.
Hmm. Dunzo. Try to tell you,
I like that added touch. It's like, now you thought they were gonna be the main characters? Nah.
nah. This girl's on Criminal Minds. You can't hear my TV, can you? Okay. man look like he from a '70s movie.
He needs the theme song, the Shack every time he walks in. Shaft every time he walks in the
He has no hairline. Looks like an oval.
Dang! You have to do him like
Looks
that.
like an oval, bro.
What's I said? Let me give you a spit shine real quick. See my future, bro. Do you remember if the mom gets hurt? Is the mom the one that dies in the elevator?
Elevator. Yep, she does an elevator.
Okay. I was about to say, I know the kid dies, but does the mom just leave? All right.
But the kid dies in a crazy way,
That
and
shit is hilarious,
I
bro.
don't know. I don't know if I love the whole thing where you have a whole setup for a kill and then they don't die that way. Like
No, I like that.
it's
I like that. Because
it,
sometimes it's lame when they set it up. Like the depend
what?
like okay, so the prime example is when he's in the dentist chair and he's like, oh, he's about to choke on the little fish thing or whatever. It's like you would have wanted him to die like that instead
No,
of
no, no. I think it should have been a different way, but I think in dying in the dentist chair would have been insane. Fact, the way he did die is like it is probably the most insane that they could get. Like you probably can't die in a more insane way in a dentist chair, but I don't know, like something about it's like we did all that setup, we took all that time, and he didn't even die that way. So that's
but I
just
like that because it
part of
keeps
my
you on the edge. Then you let out a
yeah.
sigh of relief, like, oh man, okay, he didn't die. And then, oh Jesus.
He dies in a really stupid way though. Like
It's
it's
hilarious.
really
It's
dumb.
hilarious.
Like you definitely could have prevented that. Just don't be stupid.
You know what I noticed? I was watching the first one. Every time death is like, you know, creeping around the corner or whatever,
Hmm.
there's like this growl.
A growl.
Yes, a growl. You hear like,
I thought it was
as
like
if
a like the wind is blowing. The wind
no.
blows. No. Oh, okay.
Listen closely if you watch the first one before Bloodlines. I was
Mm,
like, well, okay. Well, at least the worst character in the movie dies first.
yeah.
Why is that just on your table?
Yeah. Like a pan of spaghetti.
That's
Okay.
sanitary.
Ew. Not gonna wash it.
Nah.
So he lives long.
Jesus.
Yeah. The wind is blowing. That happens in this movie where the wind blows.
It happens in the first movie too. It's just I don't know. I noticed there's like this weird sound.
Mm, interesting. Put that in the oven, not on the stove.
Why would you put
Put
that?
a Chinese.
I don't
I
think
need
he
this dude
needed
to
Death
die
to take
already.
him out.
Death come around the corner and be like, "This dude's an idiot. You can probably just leave him alone. He'd die."
Last year is crazy. Ow!
Why are you surprised, bro?
No!
My gold. My golden ring.
Why don't you flick on the garbage disposal? See what happens. Yo, Death is probably kicked up in a recliner chilling right now. Like, yo, I'm not even touching anything, bro. Like, bro, there's no way he's doing any of this. This is nature.
Natural selection.
Literally. He put too much oil in the pan, and that's why that's happening. Then the freaking the Chinese box, I don't need to explain that. He's
First
just
of
an
all,
idiot.
there's so much wrong with this scene, bro.
He's asking for it, bro.
This is another one though where he doesn't die the way that the
Yeah.
setup is.
Death probably got this paperwork. He's looking at it. He's like, are you kidding me with this? This is what I got to deal with? I just woke up. Nobody in the house, nobody where he's at smells this?
Nope.
No, like, nah, I know who's in there. He's got it. Nerdy girl, what's going on? Brother. Oh, Death said, nah, we can't make it too easy now. Break the window. There you go. You might want to find a shirt, but you know. Oh, Jesus. I wonder if this movie had the biggest budget because they do some things in this movie that are nuts.
They do.
Let's see. I feel like either
it seems like a lot of it is practical.
Yes.
Some of it is not. Like you could tell, but
Woo, I'm okay.
made it out alive.
Good. Wee! Ow!
Oh, whew. Good.
Move over.
Just roll over.
Oh!
Roll over. Like all you had to do was just like, nope. You had to get your skull crushed.
Let's see. So, Final Destination budget 23 million. That was the first one. 2 budgets 26 million.
Mm-hmm.
3 was 25. Final Destination 4 was 43 million.
Whoa. And
That
what was
movie
5?
doesn't look more than $5, but okay. But that doesn't surprise me though, because they did film it in 3D, so that doesn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
5 had a 40 million budget.
And what was 4?
4 was 45.
Oh, okay, so that was the most expensive. Excuse me. That was the most expensive one.
What's up, Poking? Having a good time in the stream. I feel like there hasn't been much talk for Bloodlines, but I'm very excited for it.
I'm looking forward to it.
I saw Sean, he was talking to somebody about it. He was like, he didn't watch the trailers until recently. The new one that kind of showed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he said as soon as the trailer started, he was like, oh yeah, I missed this. Like I missed this vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yikes. Well, I'm glad you missed the beginning of the stream though.
I thought 5 was the best. You're not alone though.
You're not.
You're definitely not alone because I've talked to a lot of people that have 5 at their top of this franchise, and I can't relate, but I respect it.
I think what hurt it is I had heard for so long that 5 was the best, and I went into that
Mm,
movie knowing that and anticipating that. And other than the twist, which is fine,
hmm
yeah, it's better. I don't know if I can say that. I was gonna say it's better than 4, but I mean,
Like as a movie, it is better. As a
yes,
movie, yes, but
it
like,
doesn't look
do
so
you have
fake.
more? Do you have as much entertainment value as 4?
No.
I watch 4 because it's hilarious.
Hmm.
That's why I watch 4 and why I kind of like 4. Is it a good movie?
No,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. I watched it in 3D not too long
Did you
ago.
really?
Uh huh.
In theaters?
No, here.
Oh, at home.
My
Oh, okay.
my Blu-ray has the DVD 3D, and it has the glasses,
But don't you have to have a 3D TV for that?
not the DVD.
Oh, I thought you had to have a 3D TV.
Mm-mm.
But you have to have a 3D TV for the 3D Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because I had several 3D Blu-rays of
Mm,
DVDs. I
mm,
had Journey to the Center of the Earth, the Brendan Fraser.
hmm
I had that in 3. I watched that so many times with the glasses. Um, what was the other one? There was another one that I had that I watched it all the time in 3D. But hey, look, I'll show you. Was that 4? Yeah, it was 4. Yeah.
Okay, with the 3 glasses. Wow,
Mm-hmm. They're Final Destination themed. I love
wow.
them. I don't know if I don't know if the Blu-ray is actually 3D. I don't think so.
I have a few 3D Blu-rays.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah,
Without having 3D TVs, but we all do.
yep. Or 3D Blu-ray player. You have to have the 3D TV,
And
3D Blu-ray player, and the
those special,
glasses.
right? Yeah, the
The
special.
special glasses.
Which is funny because my 4K player is Blu-ray 3D, but it doesn't come with glasses.
Yeah, because you get the glasses when you get the TV when you buy the TV.
You're
Because I had
describing.
I had a 3D Blu-ray player when I was younger, but I didn't have a 3D TV. So
I am. I'm a fan of the opening. I'm not so much a fan of the gymnastics hill. The setup is cool. I think my favorite, one of my favorite parts of that movie, I like the laser eye part, and I like the part where the douche character goes to like
chiropractor.
the chiropractor and all that crazy stuff. Doesn't like the Buddha statue crush his head or
I
something?
think yeah, yeah, it does.
That's a good kill only because that character was annoying the entire movie and he gets it so bad. Oh boy, here comes Clear Rivers.
Clear. In Resident Evil, she's Claire. In Final Destination, she's Clear. Who named your kid Clear? I'm
I
sorry
was
for
thinking about,
anybody named Clear out there, or
I
anybody
was
that
sitting
named
there,
their kid named Clear. But
watching the first movie. She shows up. I'm like, you get one opportunity in this life to name the child that you bring into the world. That's not easy work. And that's what you went with. I guarantee you, they're sitting there admiring the baby, and they give me CPR to somebody 3 holes down. They hear clear. Oh,
so dumb. So named her
I
clear
got
because
it.
named her clear because transparent was taken.
Listen,
Like,
all jokes aside, I gotta admire her because to me, she had the smartest plan out of every single character in this entire franchise. Until she decides to leave this room, then she's a fucking idiot. But up
exactly.
until then, I was like, this is the smartest plan. She literally puts herself in a padded room with no other objects. Now, it does beg questions like, how does she eat? Like, because you can choke on food.
Hmm.
So, and even if you say, well, she liquefies it, you can choke on liquid. So, I don't really know all the logistics on that.
Yeah.
I did remember when I watched this for the first time, I was very excited that she came back because I didn't know that.
Mm.
So I was like, hey.
She's from the first one. Um, this actress is in a show called Heroes,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked her character in Heroes. She plays like a few different characters that have it's one character that has multiple personalities, and
Mm.
she does a very good job.
What am I say? I say Heroes is a show that I grew up thinking was actually good, and then as I've gotten older, so many people tell me, yeah, that show is kind of buns.
Season one, I love season one, and maybe it's just nostalgia, but I love season one. Season two is okay. Season three is not great, and season four is buns. Which is the the final season of the show, and then it had a reunion revival season that words can't describe how bad that was. It's horrible. And the thing about the show is it ended like the season four ended, and it like ended on a cliffhanger, like it was gonna be a season five, and they're like, nope, this show's over. It's like something really huge just happened at the end of this season. Are you really not bringing it back? Even though the season wasn't great, it was like that's a really I hate the way it ends.
Mm. She was in Legally Blonde. Was she in Legally Blonde?
She was in Legally Blonde. I'm trying to place who she was. Oh yeah, she was like a defend. Yeah, she was in Legally Blonde, and I can't
Bro,
remember exactly
how
what.
are you gonna tell me I'm selfish and this and that? Bro, I'm safe. I am safe. I am in a padded cell. The guard could put some cartoons on that camera if I wanted to, bro. That's it. I am safe. What
Hey, but
more am I gonna do out there, bro?
you help us since you went through it.
Bro, you want some help? I'm gonna direct you to where I put in the application to put myself in here. There's your help.
Send you the application. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, bro, because to me, she is the smartest character in the entire franchise.
Mhm.
I've never seen any of these movies. Jay and Silent Bob, Dogma, none of those movies.
I
But
watched Mallrats. Not a fan of that.
Pigeon,
I haven't watched any of those other movies either. I love Kevin Smith. I think he's a great, wouldn't say filmmaker, but he seems cool, like in interviews and stuff. The way he like cares about like nerd stuff, like He really cares about it. You could tell.
I
Seems like
did want to watch the Death of Superman Lives. I've never seen that. I want to see that. I'm pretty sure they showed it already, so I'm going to talk about it. How they decided to kill off Alex is so bad. He said, "Oh, Devin Sawa's not coming back. I got something for you. You gonna get killed by a brick." How you like dumb apples? I
does he die in every role that he plays in? I feel like he
don't know.
does.
I don't
He's
know.
died on the Chucky show like 4 times.
Yes, that is true. He didn't die in Casper.
Who was he in Casper? Was he Casper?
No,
Oh,
wait.
who was he in Casper? He was Casper,
Oh,
I think. Right?
oh, it says Casper on screen.
Yeah, he was the human version of Casper. Spoiler alert for people who haven't seen Casper.
Oh my goodness!
He becomes a real boy. Mm. Or the foreshadowing.
Dang. I don't think he died in Hard Eye. Oh no.
He does die in Casper because he's dead.
Well, there you go.
He dies in Casper. Which one?
No, forget the other because it just came out. I don't want to spoil it for people. That movie
Oh,
is
somebody.
fairly.
What is
It
it? What
was
movie?
Hard Eyes.
Hard Eyes. Oh,
I know. How could you forget, right?
I did forget
Such
that he was in that. I
such an
definitely did.
amazing movie. Yeah, this is another one that I've never seen. It Revenge of the Nerds.
I have seen the Revenge of the Nerds. Where are they saying about it?
All right. Well, I don't have to say it because somebody else. All right. I think he died in a really goofy way in that movie. Oh, this scene. I fucking hate the dentist. I fucking hate the dentist.
I gotta get this.
Oh,
See the smoke coming out.
yes.
I gotta go next month.
I gotta get a cleaning.
See the
too
tear
before.
coming out of the kid's eye.
Yeah, because he's feeling it, bro. That shit is terrible.
Mm.
Brother, you don't hear that? That's electricity. Oh, damn. How the
Mhm.
hell did that happen?
The bird flew through the window.
Bird was on a mission. Reminds me of the pelican from Finding Nemo.
Trying to catch a pigeon.
You're not gonna get me. Nope. Ow!
Wait, he can't move his hands?
I don't think he can reach it. No, he should be able to. He should
He
be
should
able
be
to.
able to just like. Why can't
Oh,
he
I
move?
think
Because
the gas.
the gas makes him not be able to. He just moved his hand.
Mm.
Is that a plot hole or like
The real plot hole is where's the assistant? That's the real plot hole.
she came too late? She was trying to figure out. Everybody was trying to figure out what's going on with this bird.
Oh,
Yo, look at his legs.
let me run in.
Look at
Let me
his
run into.
legs with his legs like collapse.
Oh,
His legs like going.
Oh,
Oh, talk about getting folded.
oh.
Oh,
Bro, you ran into ongoing construction, bro. Yeah, you kind of deserve that one.
definitely deserve that, bro. Dies in the most idiotic way.
Brother, what did you put in that body bag, bro? You put crumbs in that body bag, bro.
You could tell that that scene was not CGI. That was
Yes,
practical.
it's very good. I think the
Like,
only kill in this movie that is CGI fully, because I know the latter part looked a little CGI, but it still looked
mhm.
okay. The part where the barbed wire goes to the dude and he, like slides
Yeah,
off,
he's
that is
sliding off.
definitely
Yeah,
CGI. I'll take one iffy CGI scene out of all the practical stuff that's in this movie.
I agree. Another thing that didn't look great was um the after the premonition, like the friends look over and see the pile up, like that kind of looks weird, like a little wonky. But like when they actually get hit, it looks good. But
I think what hurt this franchise, believe it or not, is advancements in technology and more money.
I agree. I agree
Because
with that.
everything in the first one is practical and everything looks amazing.
Hmm.
In this movie, 99% of it is practical and looks amazing. The
Hmm.
third one, they start CGIing stuff, but it looks okay. It doesn't
Hmm.
look bad. Then the fourth one comes and they say, hey, well, everything's in 3D now. Which, listen, on paper, that is a great idea. Final Destination in 3D, that's a great concept.
Hmm.
The problem is you need to
Execution.
film everything digitally so that way it pops out. You don't need to, because as goofy as and cringy as it is, they did it in the 80s with Friday the 13th Part 3, and the stuff popped out at the screen practically. So you can do it. It's just they wanted to have this big grand Final Destination movie, but then have it in 3D. You can't do all the crazy stuff they do in that movie practically. I don't think so. So I don't know. It's kind of they kind of shot themselves
There
in
he
the foot
is,
by wanting to be big and bold. The goat himself.
Anthony Todd.
Oh Jesus Christ! I think they should make a sequel to Casper where the ghosts are
Given a
given
life
a
to
life to do over and try to make lives right now. They don't die. It's funnily enough, we were just talking the other day about how there has not been a sequel to Casper, and AJ said, "Please don't,"
was it Casper we were talking about?
because we were talking about a lot of different stuff and a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
and you said like, "Oh yeah, they never did anything with Casper or something
They
like
didn't
that."
really do. They didn't do anything with Casper.
And I said the
If
only
they
reason
do
they
any,
hadn't is because Bill Pullman's like really old.
yeah, if they do anything with Casper, I would probably rather it be a reboot than a remake or sequel, legacy sequel or whatever. Um,
Yeah, Christina Ricci back.
yeah, I mean, Christina Ricci is like alive and well, and she's doing great for herself right now. Um, but I don't know. I just don't feel like that needs a sequel, like a legacy sequel. I
I
would.
don't
I
know.
don't think I would mind a reboot of it
Does
though.
Practical Magic need a legacy sequel?
I have never seen Practical Magic, so I can't speak on that. But probably not.
I wonder if Tony Todd is playing, because this character from the first and second movie isn't the same character that he is in five, right? Like they're whole
Is he?
different
He's like a
characters.
detective or something in five, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a different character.
Let's see.
No, he's playing the same character from these movies in Final Destination Bloodlines.
So 1 and 2, he's playing that same character.
Mm-hmm.
No, it said in 5 he was the same person.
In five, he was the same person too.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know why I thought he was a different person in five. Hmm.
Yeah, he's the same character in all the movies. Yeah, so I've heard. I guess that's why they're doing it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I've
I'd
heard
never
mixed
heard of the
things. You never heard of the movie
never
before?
heard of the movie until they announced the sequel. I was
Hmm.
like, oh, okay.
I've heard mixed things about that movie. Um, I know it has like a cult following, so some cult following movies are really good, and some are like it's not good, but you could see why people, you know, like it or love it.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah, like not a good movie, but like you can you could tell why people enjoy it and why it has a following the way it does.
Angela.
Oh my gosh, the mom on that movie, bro.
Yes, let's give these random ordinary pedestrians access to cop cameras. No problem, bro. Detective comes in the room. Hey, what's going on?
It's a matter of life and death. I'm so glad he got the voice Venom before he passed away.
Me too. Ow! Dude, get your shoe out of my face. Don't sleep alone in the woods. What is that? Sounds like a fan film.
I think I've heard of that movie actually.
Don't sleep alone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I can't find that on IMDb.
Hmm. Maybe I haven't heard of it. I don't know why it sounds familiar.
All right, Ghostface. Over there, sir.
Hmm. Are you talking about Nobody Sleeps in the Woods tonight? That's the thing.
I think 3 might have my favorite set of characters.
Hmm.
It's either 1 or 3.
Hmm.
But I'm biased to 3 because
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
her and the dude that's from Pretty Little Liars that's in that movie that played Ian.
Oh,
Brother, I watched that movie. I watched that movie well after I watched Pretty Little Liars. So you could imagine my reaction when that dude showed up in that movie.
you love
I
that
said,
character.
"Oh my
That's your
goodness,
guy.
it's a good villain, bro."
I used to watch a show with that lady in it, called One Day at a Time. It's like a family sitcom. Her name is Justina Machado. Machado.
Oh, says she loves Pretty Little Liars. Bro.
We're not laughing at you. I promise. I
No, we're
promise. We're
not.
not. We're
We
not
like that
laughing.
show too. We like that show too. I grew up with that show heavy. I watched it. I watched most of it many times. Most of it many times. I've only finished it from season 1 to 7 one time and
Yo,
one time only. And he watched it all for the first time last year.
it was it was
Oh,
her
was it this
twin.
year?
It was last. It was last year. It was her twin. It was
Yo.
her evil twin.
Hello, Mike.
It's her evil twin, bro. My flabbers are still gasted.
Bro, Toby, bro.
Yo,
Mhm.
my, I about passed out.
I never seen you that shocked over something. You texted me the next day, bro. He's A.
Saying this can't be.
My life is not the same.
My life is a lie. One day at a time. Yeah, I did like that show. It came out in 2017. I didn't realize it was that recent. Thought it was like when I was younger, but
I see a man with hooks. See, I wish they would do more of this creativeness with
mm,
the premonitions instead of, oh, I saw a bird fly. We
yeah,
gotta run away.
I agree. I think it could be a lot more clever with the premonitions. Do you think that there'll be more after Bloodlines, or you think it's like this is where they're wanting to stop?
Depends on the money.
Yeah,
Depends on how much it makes.
yeah,
I mean, I think it depends on the money and the how much people like it. Because look at Evil Dead. People
yeah.
really liked Evil Dead Rise and it made money and now we're getting 2 more.
Oh, we get two more. I didn't realize that. I know we
We're
got a
getting
release date on that next one.
next year,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're getting another one. Evil Dead Burn.
Mm.
Burn those damn books to the ground, bro. Please. Actually, don't burn them down because then we won't get any more. Oh,
Is it gonna be following
I
Evil Dead
have
Rise?
no idea. I'm honestly convinced they're
I
going to.
don't want to.
I'm honestly convinced they're gonna make it the same type of movie like Evil Dead Rise, so where it's not really connected at all. And then we're probably gonna get the one after that. They're gonna do those three movies, and then we're probably gonna get a last one tying all this shit together.
Interesting.
Oh, what's going on? Hands on the floor, man. What's
Let me
going on?
out of here. Let me out of here.
Like, I don't know how many more they're gonna do, but like, I'm just convinced the whatever the last Evil Dead movie is gonna have Ash, uh, Mia from 2013. Um,
Mm.
and then the main character from Rise, and then
Do you think she's
ooh,
coming back to the franchise?
I do. I would love that to be a
Mm.
final Evil Dead movie.
I don't think her and Fede got along.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they had some bad blood.
Well, hopefully Bruce Campbell can play Peacemaker. Do it for Pizza Papa.
Pizza
Pizza
Papa.
Pizza Papa always gets paid. I almost watched that today because it's Mother's Day.
I almost watched that Nona movie.
I'm
I
not a
ran out of
witch.
time.
I'm a mother.
That's impossible.
We hear what you're saying. We do. But with Evil Dead, it's so fresh right now. I kind of don't care that we're getting more. They've yet to make a movie to where we've said to ourselves, "Ugh, again," because we were saying that about Evil Dead Rise before we went into it. We were like, "Well, how different is this gonna be other than it being in an apartment complex?" Very different.
Mhm.
It felt very different. And I feel like they knew that. They were like, "Well, we can't make another one and have it be in the woods. How are we gonna change that?" They
Mhm.
changed it. Now, begs the question: did an apartment complex? We did the woods. What are we gonna do now?
Abandoned mall. I don't know.
You can do mall. You can do suburbs.
Yeah,
I'm just saying in terms
I
of
feel like they need to be
Evil
in a
Dead.
contained space though. It has to
I
be
would
in a
love a
contained
mall. A
space.
mall would be all. It'd be Dawn of the Dead, but that'd be kind of
Mhm.
cool though. You could do a movie theater too. A movie theater would be cool.
The way this man backs up, scared for his life. This pregnant woman's gonna murder me. And the original, like the whole thing with original ideas, they are movies coming out that have original ideas, and some are good, some are not so good.
Right.
Um, but there are movies that are coming out with original ideas, and I'm kind of loving that.
Hmm.
Um, like one
This
that
weekend
comes,
had three movies.
huh?
We had the this weekend had three original movies not based on IPs.
Which ones?
The Fight or Flight movie,
Oh, okay,
then
I was thinking more
um
horror, but I get what you're saying.
the Clown on the Cornfield movie that just came out.
That is based on a book, but
It's based on a book,
just
but
yeah, but
the
it's
idea
a
is
original
I don't know.
thing. You're right. And then what
The
was the
third
other
one's
one?
not horror.
Oh, okay. I don't know why, but the one that's coming to mind is Strange Darling.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy that. I think Companion was pretty original as far as like movies are concerned. Like, a lot of what
We
A24 is
just
putting out.
we just had Sinners, even though a lot of it was based off from
Sinners,
Dusk Till Dawn.
but it's like an original
Yeah.
story.
Hmm.
It's not an adaptation of anything.
We had Drop. How could we forget Drop?
Yeah, see, that wasn't a good movie, but like I appreciate it for being something original.
Yeah.
Like it was a swing and a miss, but you
Swing and a miss, brother. Swing and the bat went flying.
know.
Oh, there we go again. I was just talking to you about it. I got a notification. I forgot The Last of Us came out.
Yep. Episode. I'm guessing you're watching that after this.
I certainly will be. And the thumbnail, the trailer confirmed what I told you yesterday about it. The next
Companion was good.
episode.
Yeah, it was good. Companion was good.
I just watched it Friday.
I watched it a couple weeks ago with my wife.
The scene where she
And
breaks up with him is hilarious.
it was like over the phone.
Hmm.
Yeah. The thing about that movie though that I kind of realized on the second watch is like there's no reason for him to be explaining that stuff to her.
Hmm.
I was thinking that. I was like, why is he waking her up to explain everything, that she's what she is? You could have probably prevented a lot of things that happened in that movie by not doing that. Mainly, probably just because he's egotistical. I was like, it's a power thing. Got yourself messed up. Off subject, I kind of love that Harley Quinn show survived the reboot process of DC.
I am
Um,
too. I don't even watch it, but
it's
I am.
not it's not like canon or anything, so that definitely helped it. But I am very glad about that. Mm,
AJ saw this one. I did not. I want to.
NerdTalk.
Every time I watch something on HBO Max, when it says recommended, that's the first thing that pops up.
I'm not exactly sure how you're gonna feel about that movie. I mean, we've talked about it off screen, but
Mhm.
it's like very like it's kind of confusing to me of what the message is for that movie because it's clear that there's a message to be taken from it, but it's like straddles the fence of both sides a lot of times, and it's like, who is this movie really for? You know what I mean? um, I don't know. Mike, what's going on, my guy? we're at the scene where they just got in a car accident in the field where they're doing construction. The girl's trying to get out of the car. She has the that sharp thing coming out of the back of her seat. I don't even know
She
what she.
died already.
Nah, she didn't.
Goes, oh, I'll put it on quiet mode. I mean, you put it on quiet mode, all right.
Happy Mother's Day, yes sir,
To your mothers.
to your mothers.
Oh wait, no, it's the 5th. Oh yes. Oh wait, no, wait. Hmm? Damn it.
Took my mom to see Thunderbolts yesterday
Oh,
for Mother's Day, and she enjoyed it.
so I'm gonna have to see Ballerino on Saturday because the Thursday night, that's the night of the weekend concert.
Oh,
Yep.
you can't go Friday, or you work. You probably
I
work.
probably can, but I don't know what that's looking like as of now. So
There's like literally a movie every week.
damn, thanks for the spoilers. I haven't seen that movie.
Oh, um,
Hopefully I'll forget.
yeah.
Um I'm not too worried about Ballerina. Like at the end of the day, it's a John Wick movie and it's an in between quill. Like what
What do you
is
mean
there
by
really
what? What do you mean by worried? Like that it's
in
gonna be
terms
a
of
good
being
movie?
spoiled? In terms of being
Oh,
spoiled.
being spoiled.
Like it's an in between quill. Oh my god, John Wick died.
It's not gonna die in that movie.
Yeah.
Tell
And I
you
don't
that
think
much.
she's gonna die either. And none of the main John Wick characters are gonna die. So
I don't know. She might die in this movie. Who knows?
I'm not expecting that. If this
I
movie's
mean, I'm
as
not
big as they
expecting
want it to
it.
be,
No, it's a possibility though.
yeah, sure. I'll just put it on quiet mode.
Boom.
Oh, yo, oh, that's so bad. Oh man, they said it's been a while since we had a kill. Let's kill 2 people off at once. Oh, oh,
Bobby would have had a great pun about getting cut.
yes. See, but even that, it looked a little CGI, but
It
it
did.
didn't look bad.
It didn't look as
It
bad
looked
as some of the
okay.
other stuff. No, it didn't.
Yeah, Mike, it came out. I forgot when it came out, but I was trying to go see it and I just didn't have time.
Mhm.
And the main, I want to get the A24 exclusive for it. Every time I look at it, I'm like, fuck, it's $30. What if I don't like it, bro?
Right.
I
That's how
do
you
want to
were
get
with.
it though, because I love that cover. That's how it was with what?
You just don't want to. blind buy stuff, something that you're not gonna like. I get it. You did that with Dead Silence. You've done that with a few movies. I've done it too. Trying to get away from that. Man, we watched Dead Silence. It was like, man, nerd girly. Okay, guys, it's been real, but it's bedtime. All right. Thank you for hanging out.
Come
It's been real.
on, gang, let's go help deliver the baby.
The Scooby Doo gang.
I do like this idea that, oh, if somebody's pregnant and then they give birth, it kind of messes up the cycle.
Mm,
I do like that, but I feel like ultimately it gets thrown away anyway because people still die. I
yeah.
kind of wish, that's why I feel like this movie's a little bit too long, because I feel like if she gave birth and it just ended it, I would kind of be fine with that. Be like, yeah, you foiled the plan and that's it.
You know, you can never put an end to it. It's gotta keep going. They've like never done that in any of these movies.
Yeah, they
They've
haven't.
tried, but I feel like
Well,
if you
this movie
actually
has
end,
a good amount of them alive. Because I'm pretty sure it's the mom, the mom that gives birth, the main girl, and the cop that are alive at the end.
yeah, but it keeps going though. At by the last scene,
Well, it does, but we don't know where they are
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah. But it's not like you think that it got a stop put to it, but it really didn't.
Because one, it's only Alex and Clear left, and I don't even count Alex because he dies off screen. Three, all of them die, and then four, all of them die, and then five, all of them die.
But five has that twist where it's like continuation.
They still all die.
I mean, yeah, I know.
I can only imagine what the theater reaction was like for that twist. That theater must have erupted.
We did it. We did it.
It's over, guys. We did it.
Yeah, one thing
Uh
I'll say
oh.
about Heretic though is it's very dialogue heavy, very dialogue heavy. So if you're not in the mood to like listen to people talk for an hour straight, then and like try to prove a point, like they're trying to prove a point like for an hour. I'm just like, can we like get on with what the movie is?
That's A24, bro.
I would say sometimes yes, but like some like talk to me.
Yeah,
I feel
no.
like they get straight to it. I feel like
Yeah.
bodies get straight to it. The witch does take its time, but like it's not like I feel like it's not as dialogue heavy as this is.
Hmm.
Um, trying to think of other A24 horror movies.
Green Room. Green Room. Brother.
I don't think it's like it's not as much dialogue, but it does take its time. We'll say that. That's a Sophie Thatcher movie. She on she on the rise.
See, too bad she's not cool like Tom Cruise, and she doesn't know how to kill herself electrically. All right, buddy. I feel like low key this ending is rushed. They have like so much going on at once. When it finally ends, it's just like, okay,
Sure, because the movie already ended. It already ended once. So you're asking
it's
me
like
to care
we don't
about
need
another
any of
ending?
this,
Nope.
especially when the main character is not that interesting. Like at least Clear, I had the attachment from the first movie. Wee!
Yeah, she just gets blown up.
I do like that
Like
she dies because it's like, oh, now everybody's disposable.
I kind of wish it was more of a big deal though. She just
Hmm.
opens the door and gets blown away.
Wait,
I mean, I guess they did that for shock value, but
why did he die like that, bro? Why did he dive like that, bro? If you don't swan dive like Godzilla swan dives into the lake in Godzilla X Kong, you're doing it wrong, bro. She had an epiphany.
clear. Welcome back to the land of living. So you think? Movie all of a sudden got this filter on it. This is
Who
what
eats a kebab like that? What is wrong with you?
puts the
Take the
sharp
shit
in.
off the like what?
You put the sharp in towards his mouth, bro. You gotta eat it sideways. Like, what are you talking? What are you doing?
Boy, that was lucky. Both.
Utterly ridiculous. With the arm on the plate.
Oh, I love it. I
Sir.
love it. Oh shoot. The best ending to any Final Destination movie, including the twist in 5. Although it is funny when that dude that was an ass in 5 gets like the fucking the engine lands on him in the bar. That shit is funny. All right, that was our watch long of Final Destination 2. Uh, Still my favorite one. I really like this movie a lot. It's a lot of fun. Ups the carnage, does everything it needs to do right. I don't think 6 is going to top this one. I think hopefully it'll be either worse than 3 or maybe better than 3. I don't know. That's
And
where
where's 3 in your
under
ranking?
2.
So it's your second favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm cool. I'm cool with 6 being third best of the franchise. I'm cool with that. All right. Physical media. Do you have anything to show? I do not.
I have a One Piece.
Go ahead, brother.
Physical media. I picked up one of my favorite Disney animated film, Lilo and Stitch. It is in competition with Encanto constantly. I watch this movie and be like, "This is my favorite." Then I watch Encanto, be like, "That's my favorite." So it's in constant competition. But I have it on 4K now. I'm so excited to watch this on 4K. I do kind of wish, like I was telling Tyler off screen, I kind of wish that the image was gloss. We do get like a slight emboss on the logo, but if this was gloss, that would just put it over the edge. But this is a really nice slip, and I'm excited to see what the 4K looks like. I love this movie to death. And am I excited for the live action remake? No, but I am interested to see how they adapt certain things. So,
Yeah, man.
you know,
I have it. I just haven't gotten it from my dad's house, but it got delivered yesterday. So I'll
gotcha.
probably show it next week. Um, that is gonna do it for this episode of Nerd Talk, man. So as I stated last week, this Wednesday we will be taking a break. Sunday, if all goes to plan, we will be back next Sunday doing a watch along for Lilo and Stitch because the live action is coming out, and um, that week for Nerd Talk we'll be doing the last Mission Impossible watch along, and um, we wanted to watch the original before the remake, as if we needed an excuse to watch Lilo and Stitch on stream. I don't care about that. So next Sunday will be Lilo and Stitch watch along. I believe I got the dates mixed up. I think next Tuesday or Wednesday. It's either Tuesday or Wednesday at 7:45. We'll be doing Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One. It's one or the other. I need to sit down and figure it out, and then I'll maybe put a community post or something. But the point is, we're gonna be doing Dead Reckoning Part One, not this week, but the following week at a start time of 7:45 because that movie is nearly 3 hours, and we're probably going to have to talk about 2 episodes of The Last of Us on top of that. So that's gonna be a hassle. And then I think that following Sunday we have. Is there
Final
one
Oh,
more?
Sunday, the first.
No, I did not put anything in there
Okay,
for that. So if we
that's
come up with
that's
a
okay.
Sunday watch along. Oh no, I think you said keep that one out because
Yeah.
DJ was coming.
Hmm. My
So
cousin is coming into
yeah,
town.
so we got Lilo and Stitch next Sunday, Dead Reckoning Part One that Tuesday or Wednesday, and then the following week Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Spoiler talk. The Mission Impossible Oasis finally comes to an end. So yeah, man. You have anything you want
No,
to add? No.
no.
All right. So if you guys enjoyed this stream, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We are at 282, I believe, subscribers. Let's get to 300 by the time we are doing our spoiler talk for Fantastic Four: The First Steps. That is the goal, 300. So by pretty much the end of July, I want to see triple digits, 300. I want that. Um so we will see you next weekend for Lilo and Stitch. Everybody have a great night. A happy Mother's Day, and we'll see you on the next one.